are you today, Angela?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you?
I am fantastic. So we have this lovely bottle of 14 Hands Hot to Trot Red that we did not drink on Groundhog's Day because we were celebrating spring coming in. Angela, I got the 14 Hands wine because we are wining Equine, and I wanted a wine with a horse on it.
Okay.
And I also like 14 Hands because Corky's a pony, and that has to do with hands, so that was pretty cool.
Okay, so I know that the hands has to do with measurement, but do we literally measure it with our hands? Is that industry standard?
Back in the olden days, yes, you did measure with your hand. People measured with their hand, their foot, because they always had it with them. You're always carrying your hand with you. So a hand is 4 inches, and it was back in the day. Each finger was considered an inch back in the day. So when you measure a horse and you say they're 14 hands, that's 14 times 4 is the number of inches that the horse is. Any pony is 14.2 hands or less.
Okay.
And Corky is less than that, so we will measure him and see how tall he is.
Okay.
Do you think you can hold Ari while I measure
sure.
Corky
I'll trade you.
for everybody?
Hi, sweetness.
So we're going to measure Corky. Ideally, you would measure on a concrete level surface, but we're out in the field, so this is what we have. This is a measuring stick. It has the hands marked on here. 10 hands, 10.1, 10.2, 10.3, 11. If you ever see a horse ad that says a horse is 15.5 hands, the people doing the ad don't know what they're doing. There is no such thing. So this has a handy dandy level on it. We're gonna put it right by Corky's leg. Back up a hair, Corky. We need you standing up straight. Thank you, sir. And we're gonna put the stick right on the wither.
What's a wither?
The wither is this part of their spine that comes up higher. It's the highest point. You can see Corky, well, he's got a lot of hair, but if the hair was down, you can see this is the highest point on Corky's body. So we're gonna measure right here at the wither. We're gonna check the level and make sure it's level. And we're gonna say Corky is 12.2 hands, or 12 and a half hands. So 12, 12.1, 12.2. Good job, Corky. You are officially a pony. You are under 14.2 hands. All right, Angela.
Sweet.
Now, wine.
So now we're going to drink this 14 Hands Hot to Trot Red Blend.
You know why else I got hot to trot, Angela?
Why?
Because Corky's adorable when he trots. He looks like he's hot to
Are
trot.
you hot to trot?
He's hot to trot. Sorry, carry on.
So this is a red blend from the Columbia Valley. They don't have to tell you what's in a red blend, which is fine. So we don't know what the primary grapes are in this blend. And they do that because they're gonna change every year what the blend is. It helps the producer, depending on how grape harvests were, depending on how different grapes came in. They don't wanna end up with too much of this and too little of that. So a red blend is a good way for them to use up all of their product and make a nice even kill product to go out to everyone.
So it's kind of like trash can punch, but red blend?
Kind of, yeah. No, they are looking for certain things when they do these blends. They're
Okay.
not just throwing it all into a bathtub and hoping something good comes out. They do go in there and say, okay, this Merlot was better than this Cabernet, so we're gonna put more of the Merlot in there and less, and less of the Cabernet in there. So they are looking for something specific when they make these blends. And usually a large company like this that has a huge distribution.
Easy for you to say.
I know. They are going to try and look for uniformity from year to year. So when they make these blends, they're looking at the old vintage and they're going to say, okay, we want to make sure that this new one tastes similar to that. If you're a small production facility, you don't have to do that as much. It's okay if each vintage tastes a little differently. But this one, they're going to try and make this one taste like the old one. So whenever they do that blend, they're going to try for that uniformity. And that might not mean making the exact same blend every time. That may mean putting different stuff in there. So we're going to try this red blend.
So what you're saying is if I go to the grocery store in 2 years and get hot to trot, it should taste pretty much the same.
It should taste similar,
Okay.
but probably not exact,
Fair
but
enough.
similar.
Fair enough.
So I'm going to serve you first.
Thank you, ma'am.
Now generally, again, we'd be doing this in glass so you can see the color a little bit better, but we are, because we're out in the field here, we are doing it in stainless steel again. The color on this is pretty ruby though. It's really quite lovely. Generally speaking, red blends are made to be extremely fruit forward, almost jammy, because they want them to be friendly. They don't want to have the high tannins in it.
I do love a good red blend.
It's so popular right now.
love a
Everyone's
red
doing a red
blend.
blend right now. Everyone's doing a really, really fruit forward red blend.
All right, well, let's try it.
All right,
Cheers.
cheers. This one smells like it has a little bit of oak on it. So this is not an unoaked blend.
Uh-huh.
It does have a little bit of vanilla on there. Strong cherry flavor. Super,
Yeah, it
super
does.
strong cherry flavor.
I like it.
This
Do you
is
like
one-
it?
Yeah, this is nice.
I like it a lot.
It's a little too fruity for me. I do like a little more tannin structure in my wine, but this is
And I like it
delightful.
fruity. Not sweet, but fruity. I'm a fruit.
Yeah, certainly not sweet. If you're into sweeter wines, this is probably not the wine for you. This is a good stepping stone wine. If you're going from the sweeter wines to a little bit more dry, this is a good one to start at because it's got that nice fruit forward jammy flavor to it. This is wonderful. I wouldn't say no to it.
I love it.
This is pizza wine right here. But again, lower price point, $8-9 range, available at any grocery store. You night in with some pizza, this is your wine.
Mm-hmm.
Cheers.
Cheers again. I like it. What do you think?